Alright guys, welcome back to the PWC. Today we have another Hoenn League match for you and I'm here with Gil.
Hello.
And the combatants today are a Prof on the one side and Nick aka Nickinator aka Regieleki on the other side. And we have a very competent co-commentator with me today because Gil has actually known the sets or not, does know the sets of Nick because they prepped together.
Yep.
So
So he has an Okaberry Vikavolt with Air Slash for the Infernate. He has a Sword that's Agility Gliscor, which wins if Cloyster is dead, which it wasn't brought, and Milotic is weakened. He has a Scarfalola Ninetales, pretty standard. Evaluate Porygon 2, pretty standard. Scarf Lucario, which apparently does a lot, according to him.
uh-huh.
And Dragonette's Muscle Band Tyrantrum, because we all know Life Orb sucks. The 10% recoil is bad.
All right. Is it Rockhead this time or Strongjaw again?
It is Rockhead this time. He is
Rockhead.
Head Smash, Ice Fang, Earthquake.
Yeah, all right. That makes a lot of sense. So what's the one that wins when what did you say? Cloister is dead? I missed that part.
Cloyster is dead, and Milotic is weakened, and Sword Stats Agility Gliscor wins.
Ah, all right. That's cool. That's very cool. Yeah, so that's good that you know the sets. So as I told you just before the recording started, I had a test match against Prof, and it's been a while. It's been like 1.5 weeks ago, and I don't remember much. But I now remember that I also brought Dragon Dance Tyrantrum with Head Smash and the Rocket ability, and that thing just went ham against Prof. So he's really weak to it. This Milotic is basically
Yeah.
his only line of defense against it, and once that is weakened, after you get a Dragon Dance up, which you can get up against Miltank, for example,
Yeah, I
or
mean, Nick has a Vikavolt and an Alola Ninetales, so this Milotic is not gonna have the greatest of times ever.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And yeah, I think I remember that Tyrantrum with its big head smashing all
Okay,
the way
Infernape
just swept.
and Gliscor leads.
So yeah, that should be a good lead in Nikinator's favor here. Um,
There's a U-turn, and it is Life Orb. Okay.
yeah, I wonder why Nick decided to lead off with a sweeper here.
He probably just wants to get the Toxic Orb before it gets knocked by something.
Yeah, but the only thing with knock is Absol really. So yeah,
Yeah,
you can
that's
never really
fair.
switch into Gliscor into Prof's Absol. He thinks he's a genius every week when he plays special coverage on Absol. So he's
Yeah.
always gonna run Ice
Yeah,
Beam on
it's
it.
just gonna Ice Beam into oblivion.
Yeah, every time. All right, so let's see what the switch in is here. I would
But
assume
is the
the
Scarf Lucario again? It is a special Lucario with no priority. I was gonna say if this was like I mean I guess he doesn't need priority when he's Scarf, but yeah. I mean it looks good. Um
yeah, he shouldn't need the priority. So he probably has Dark Pulse for the Aegis Slash then, I assume.
yeah, there's an Earthquake, alright,
Ooh, the
and then
Earthquake
into the
on
Noivern.
Noivern. So he doesn't. I mean, he switches the
The
P2 into
second
Noivern.
attack is Ice Fang, I believe. It is indeed Ice Fang, but I mean
Ah,
it's not just gonna click it.
yo, fun random story. Back in the day when I still played ladder in Gen 6, I had this great meme team with this exam set, exactly the same set. That's what I was trying to say, with EQ, Ice Fang, and the Double Dance Gliscor. So yeah, good times, good times.
Yo,
That's a throwback for
and
me. This set.
good times when Landorus Tyrion ran HP Ice for other Landorus Tyrion.
Yeah,
And then you would run Yachi Berry on your Landorus Tyrion for
yeah.
the opposing Landorus Tyrion.
Yep. Ah, Gen 6. Those were the days, man. I tell you, that was a cool meta.
And I always loved, okay, Hurricane this 41. I mean, this just looks like an easy freeze try. I mean, this looks like an easy Aegislash switch, but if Nick can predict that, then I think he's
Yeah,
doing
I
fine.
mean, what would Ninetales even do to Aegislash? It doesn't really get anything for it, or does it?
Nothing. Yeah.
I mean, it gets a
It
little
could
bit of.
hypnosis, but he's not gonna click hypnosis.
I mean, Prof could also switch potentially into the mill tank if it is thick fat. And yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
the
that's
best thing he can hope
possible.
for is a little bit of chip with the freeze dry and then just the hail getting to work on the Aegislash.
Yeah.
If it's not on
And Gen
lefties.
6 was goated. I remember when I would run natural gift ground on Sword Stats Talonflame and hit smack every Heatran ever. Good times.
Yeah,
Okay, Nick does just get Auroraville. That's very valid.
that's super valuable. And now, ah man, when this Aurora Veil is up, the Tyrantrum is just huge because it can Dragon
Ghost
Dance so
Lucario on
easily.
rocks, alright.
This is 100% a what's it called? Dark Pulse here, isn't it? But I think Prof will switch
Yeah.
into. I think Prof will switch into Milotic. To be honest, I would assume he does. And if he does, and Nick doesn't overpredict with a Dark Pulse move here, then this could be very valuable because, as we said, Prof can't really afford for the Milotic to get whittled down.
Yeah.
Because with this Veil up, the Tyrantrum just sets up really easily on Infernape, on Miltank, on Absol even. Maybe not on the Noivern, but yeah, apart from that. Muscle Band on Tyrantrum.
Okay, so this Noivern, I'm looking at the calcs. It definitely doesn't have a lot of that much special attack investment. Like it's not zero, but it's also not max.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to remember. I think this might be like slightly specialty defensive, max HP, a little bit of special defense, something like that. Doesn't have. I think it's scrapped to outspeed the Ninetales maybe.
That would make sense.
Yeah. Not sure if it has any special attack to be honest. I should know Prof sets, but I'm not gonna.
A min roll. Wait, that's max HP. Hold on. Yeah, no, no, it's zero HP. I was the calc defaulted to the max HP a little Ninetales said, which Nick isn't.
Ah. Mhm.
So that was a min roll, and he's no special attack
Yeah, so
investment.
I'm remembering it correctly. Yeah, that's what I thought. He's specially defensive to some degree, and then he has speed for Ninetales. And I also
Makes
believe that
sense.
the only this is if he hasn't changed it. Oh, this is what I just remembered. Yeah, that's why his team's so sorry, but Prof likes to build trash teams. That's kind of his thing. And this Neuvern,
Oh,
oh
that only did 43.
yeah,
Never
but I
mind.
mean Aegislash doesn't have recovery, so this is still huge. But I was just gonna say
Yeah.
because Prof likes so much to build all these trash teams. I believe this Neuvern its only attacking move, if it hasn't changed it, is Hurricane, so it can't even hit the Tyrantrum. I think that's also one reason why he's so weak to this Tyrantrum.
Ooh,
I think
that's some
that's the
info.
case, yeah. I think this is like Taunt, Roost, Defog, Hurricane, something along those lines. Or even U-turn, Defog, Hurricane, Roost. Something like that. So yeah, this
That would make sense,
yeah, to me it doesn't really make sense when you're just getting thrashed by
but
Tyrantrum, but
yeah. I guess if it gets a Dragon Dance, you don't really do anything to it anyways. I guess I mean, he doesn't know you don't have Dragon Pulse,
yeah,
so if
yeah,
he's
yeah.
in on you and he's +0, he's not gonna do anything. He goes Vikavolt, okay, on a
Wow, what
TC.
a. I mean, Nick is just outplaying Prof like crazy here, and Prof does
I
not
mean, the
have.
CC was very obvious, to be fair. Like, he can't go P2, he can't go Tyrantrum on it.
Mm, I mean,
He's not gonna
Gliscor.
go Alolan Ninetales. Yeah, there's Gliscor, but that's his sweeper. He doesn't have Roost on it, so he wants to
Yeah,
keep it as healthy as possible.
but Prof doesn't know that it's a sweeper yet.
True.
But there you go, and so Prof does not have an electric type resist, so choose your sack basically. This is not looking good. So he can just volt switch here. Nick can.
Nick doesn't have Volt Switch. He has T-Bolt, Sticky Web, Air Slash, and Roost.
Oh, okay.
He's really going for the Berry Air Slash on Infernape.
Yeah, but still, the sticky web would also be.
But yeah, Sticky Web would be really good.
So I guess if the Neuvern is specially defensive, it could
Is
be a
that a
switch in
Webs? No,
possibly.
that's a Roost.
That's
That's
a
very
ruse.
valid.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's the long run play here. But yeah, the Thunderbolts are looking insane for Nick in the long run because Prof doesn't
Yeah, for
really he
sure.
doesn't have a single electric type resist as I said. So yeah. So anyway, Gil, what do you think? Who wins this season in Hoenn League?
Who wins
Just
the
yeah,
season?
who wins the season? I want
Hmm.
to hear some bold predictions here because
That's I'm not sure.
I'm
Um, Ujana has a really scary team. He has Lando, Pex, Blacephalon. That's a good team. I'm not sure who wins. I like Caracasa's team. He has a bunch of
yeah,
good
like
mons.
by the way, I also like Keto's team, for example, but yeah, somehow I don't expect Keto to be really one of the favorites. But um, I have to say personally, yes, Ujana has been playing well so far, and he's dominating the league so far with like 3-5-0 wins. But just from play, I have to say that Hello 8 team looks really strong. So he might be.
Oh yeah, for
He's
sure. I
my
think
personal favorite so far.
yeah, I'd probably say either him or Ujana, probably the top two
Yeah,
contenders in my eyes.
as the standings would also suggest so far. All right, so we see a toxic miss by Nick, by Prof, I should say, on the Vikavolt, which is very bad for him, as Nick gets up these sticky webs, which are very annoying because they weaken the Absol and the Infernape's ability to
Yep.
outspeed, for example, the Tyrantrum, and also the Gliscor before agility. So yeah, that's not too good here, I have to say.
Yeah, he won't even need it. I mean, I guess he has Noivern still, so he might want to agility, but now he could focus on sword stats more.
Yeah, but we also know that this Noivern does not have special attacks, so it's definitely not gonna
But yes,
one-shot the Gliscor, and Gliscor is definitely gonna one-shot it back with the Ice Fang, so yep. The Milotic is the last line of defense at this point.
yeah, I don't know why the team Nick sent me, he doesn't have EVs on Gliscor. I assume he fixed it. I just noticed that, which would be really funny and sad, but
Oh, wow. So Prof makes a huge play here to come
oh
back.
ho
He just
ho,
earthquaked. He
spicy.
just earthquaked into Vikavolt's face here.
I
So he,
mean, he went into a toxic immunity. Like, I don't think he was gonna risk Gliscor, so Lucario was a. I almost went Gliscor too. Damn. Yeah, that's that's certainly something.
yeah, I mean,
But
yeah, to be fair, Lucario doesn't really need that much HP. I guess it sucks.
Noivern would do like 50 with the Hurricane to Gliscor, depending on his stat.
Okay. And Lucario's HP aren't that important. I guess it's a little bit annoying now because yeah, I should say that.
Absol Sucker Punch
Yeah,
might kill from this
and
range.
also
Yeah,
Aegis
it
Slash Shadow Snake also does. So yeah,
yeah,
this was actually bad. Yep. But yeah, very
this
good
Nick click here
play
though.
by Prof.
Maybe just Aura Sphere?
I mean,
And if he
does
goes
he?
Aegis Slash, then what does
Yeah,
that do to a Vikavolt, right?
yeah, I mean, depending on the spread, if the Vikavolt can take Shadow Balls, I think this is.
I mean, it's max HP, so it should tank something.
Yeah, so I definitely know that this Aegis Slash does have Shadow Ball. I think it's King's Shield, Shadow Ball, Close Combat, Shadow Sneak, if I remember correctly. So yeah, this is annoying, definitely, for Nick. But if the Vikavolt can take Shadow Balls, then it shouldn't be an issue. I'm still wondering if this Milotic, because it hasn't hit the battlefield yet, is maybe what's the special Defiant ability for
Is it
these
this?
sticky webs? Because that could possibly be annoying if it just comes in at +2 every time. +2 special attack. Alright, but there we see the Gliscor entering the field on the next Earthquake. So Nick decides to not click the fighting move, but you would definitely expect, or I mean, Stealth Rock, Toxic, Earthquake. So he's gonna have Recover. So this Miltank can't touch Gliscor at all? Question mark. I was
Doesn't
gonna.
look like it unless he sacrifices Milk Drink, which I mean maybe
Yeah,
Pro. I mean Prof is the type of guy who would
would
run a set like that, but
that is very true. That is very true. But I think he has Milk Drink. Ooh,
okay, there's a sword
this
stand.
is the pain train is on its way. So yeah, this is not good news. So he might have Ice Beam on the Milotic, which can still get him out of jail here. But had this Milotic been low, this would be GG, because then he can just click
Yeah,
Agility here on the Noivern. Because he Prof has to make a really, really big choice here. He has to basically decide whether he wants to sack this Noivern now for a defog, or if he wants to, I don't know, um, either pressure the Gliscor with Hurricane, which is very
wait,
risky.
hold on. Okay, a +2 Earthquake from Gliscor does 61 to 72% to a Milotic max defense. There's
Yeah,
an agility, okay.
yeah, so this is a little bit premature now because Prof is now gonna go into the Milo and
It's
probably
Nick
just
just clicks Sword Stance again, and then it's a roll to Oko Milotic from full.
nah,
Unless
not really.
if he switches, does Flame Orb activate?
Yeah, yeah, it does. It does.
Uh,
So yeah, I mean he can definitely SD again here, I think.
yeah,
And then
possible.
oh, this is really tough. This is really tough. I think that's a little premature because now you basically know that Miltank is a completely 100% free switch for the Gliscor every time because he's
Yeah.
gonna have Milk Drink as the
And
last move and it has only Toxic and EQ. Oh he just kills it. All
there's just
right,
an ice thing, alright, that's
but he
fair.
he shouldn't stay in on the Milo now. Definitely not because I think Prof's gonna have Ice Beam on this.
Yeah.
But definitely interested to see what's gonna happen. I mean, he has to go into Milo. There's basically no other way. And Milo would be a pretty free teleport for P2, and then he can decide if he wants to get the Veil up or, yeah, couple of options.
Yeah.
But what also could be possible here, to be fair, would be him just weakening the Milotic if he is confident
Yeah,
that he
he can
can
weaken the Milotic
for
for
Tyrantrum.
Tyrantrum to sweep later.
Yeah, because this Infernape, fun fact, does also not have Mark Punch if he
Oh.
hasn't changed it. So uh, yeah,
Yeah, he
okay.
does go Milotic, and
So
this thing does not have Flame Orb yet, so 61 to 72 is gonna be a lot, and if he doesn't have Ice Beam, Nick should live a Scald, and
yeah,
then Milotic is dead next turn. So it's
yeah.
Ice Beam or bust, and if I was Nick, I would just YOLO it for Tyrantrum later.
Oh, and he does YOLO it
Earthquake
indeed,
does
and he
66,
recovers.
recover.
Oh, what the hell? Why? For the flame
That's
orb.
that makes sense, yeah.
I mean, I think he's still gonna end up at a similar amount of HP because he's gonna get earthquaked again and then chipped by the flame orb.
Yeah, but now he's getting burn damage.
Yeah, that's the
Um,
thing. And then
so it's
Nick
66.
can go into
Uh,
if this Gliscor dies here, then Nick can just go into Vikavolt after.
I mean, Earthquake is still doing 40 to 48, so
Yeah, yeah. As I
he's
said, he's
gonna
gonna.
be at more or less the same.
That's what I said. Yeah. And now he's getting pressured by his own flame orb as well. So yeah, that's a thing. And
Yeah, that Vikavolt is just so free
is
here.
so free. And you also, because the Absol has not megaed yet, you can get the webs up on the Milo pretty much for free if you want to do that. And
Yeah,
he
yeah.
can't get rid of it anymore. Doesn't have any defog left. So
Yep.
that's uh that's a thing as well. So yeah, Nick is pressuring Prof quite a bit here. Yo, Nick is playing well. I mean, he hasn't. I th what was his second match? I remember he played really bad in his second match, but he's
It
doing
was
fine.
me.
Ah, that was versus you. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right.
Yeah, the meta cham on the future side turn.
All
Oh,
right.
there
So
is
he
the ice
does the
beam,
ice
but
beam.
43 and then the burn damage.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, just
35%.
Vikavolt
This.
webs and he can't do anything.
Yeah.
That's one.
All right. Yeah, but so what do you do here? Do you just go Vikavolt and straight up T-Bolt, or do you set up the webs first? Because if you set up the webs, then you kind of risk Prof just recovering and getting the mark. So I think you should click T-Bolt
Yeah,
first, because there are no real switch-ins. I mean, Infernape and Absol don't really switch into T-Bolt, and
Aegis
if he
Slash
goes
takes a
into,
lot, doesn't do anything to Vikavolt back, and Build
yeah,
Tank, I mean.
and Miltank doesn't do anything to Vikavolt as well, except
Bro,
for
my couch
toxicking.
said I lived, I was so confused. I think he called Scald and not Ice Beam.
I still had Vale on my side. I mean, Nick, come on, you're a sweeper Gliscor. You're trying to live an ice beam from a Milotic, so that's not gonna work. But yeah, I guess.
Alex said he still had Veil, so he thought he lived.
Yeah, so
Johto League player.
I think he should just T-Bolt here every time first, and then
Yeah,
if he goes into Miltank, then he can still, or even Aegislash, then he can still set up those webs. And pretty
yeah.
much,
Relax. Nah, Johto League player. Look at this dude. I said what's good, and you know what?
yeah, I mean, Nick's sets here are looking really nice.
Yeah, the Scarf Lucario looks good, except for the two priority users. Maybe the third if Infernape has Mach Punch.
And yeah, also the Ninetales is looking good now because it resists Absolute Sucker Punch and it outspeeds otherwise. After assuming that, oh,
Flip
he
turn.
flip
Okay.
turns. So let's see if he clicks T-Bolt or Webs here. Because he should click Webs at some point before Absol hits the field and gets to Mega.
Yeah, definitely.
Damn, this Vikavolt is really is an issue for Prof. Because Absol also can't touch it that well. As can't the Aegislash can't, Miltank can't, Milo can't. And yeah, so this Vikavolt is looking really strong for him. Oh well. Yeah, but let's see, he's still thinking. I know Prof is thinking, yeah, that's not too unusual.
I
Hmm.
mean, this is what happens when your shit team doesn't pay off. You have
Yeah,
to think.
I mean,
He
alright, he
goes
goes straight
Infernape,
into Infernape.
and that was 75. Alright,
Yeah.
Nick doesn't even have the air slash now. He could just Akaberry T-Bolt.
Ah, he does have Okaberry.
There's the
Ooh,
Akaberry.
what the
Oh, it
hell?
still
It
kills.
still kills. Oh, that's huge. Oh man. Oof. I guess he still just goes.
Hey, yo, what?
I mean, now the Aegislash is kind of annoying, I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
Because now you have to guess a little bit. And also the Absol is now looking scarier, but he's because the Sucker Punch now kills Lucario. Yeah, well, this wasn't too good for him.
Maybe the play was to just sack P2. I don't know what. I mean, I guess they can wall Absol, but Aegis Slash is the thing.
Yeah,
I'm
P2
not sure
doesn't.
how much CC does to Porygon 2, though.
It's not
What
gonna
is
one
this?
shot. I would be very surprised if it did, but yeah,
He's try it. He's recovered three attacks. Try attack Ice Beam Thunderbolt. Bruh, that
yeah.
7% put me in range. L.
Yeah, that just wasn't the play, honestly. Vikavolt was so valuable, and you have
Yeah,
the Infernape at 2 hits left. He was at 16%, and those are 2 life orb hits. You just go and sack P2, honestly, and let it kill
yeah.
itself. Oh
It
yeah, so
doesn't look
this,
like it does much
yeah, this just
anymore.
is a Shadow Sneak here, I would assume.
Yeah, and assuming has it. I mean, if
I
he
think he
revealed
has it,
CC,
yeah.
I would hope he has it. I don't think he's that bad of a team builder. Like this is a Johto league where all the priority mons just don't have priority.
Fun fact, I'm not sure if he has Sucker Punch and Absol. I think he might not have it. But maybe he changed some things, I don't know. As I said, the test battle is has been a while since that
Yeah.
happened. But I'm pretty sure I just pretty much clean
I
swept
guess he
his team.
doesn't really need it against Nick's team unless he expects to not be able to get rid of webs.
Mm,
And he very clearly was able to get rid of webs, so
yeah, he was, but only because Nick.
because Mega Absol does outspeed Nick's entire team bar like setup, but
Yeah.
Prof might just be confident that he can beat everything.
But even if he loses Lucario here, what he can also do is just go into Ninetales after, set up Veil, and then set up after Ninetales died, set up on the Aegislash with Tyrantrum and
He
just win.
clicked Flash Cannon.
Yeah, maybe he does that. Maybe that's his plan right here. Maybe he now sets up Veil with Ninetales, and after that wants to go into Tyrantrum and sweep because he can just set up so easily. And the Milo, who goes into it directly,
He
huh?
goes, what?
So this means he clicks EQ here, I guess, but he
Yeah,
can't really.
that's certainly something he can do, but then Absol learns
Yeah,
close combat, right?
it does. It does.
He
It does.
probably just has it then.
Yeah. Huh. 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 I'm confused. I was pretty certain that that was the game plan because
I
I.
know the Alola Ninetales is Scarf, so maybe he just wants to kill this and then Moonblast to
Uh,
win.
possibly, but you don't know. The Miltank is
How
still
much
at
does
full.
Head Smash do to Milotic?
It's probably gonna
Fine.
kill, I would assume. I think it kills from here.
Is
It's
he adamant? He should be adamant. It is adamant muscle band. Okay.
yeah, that
Muscle
that
band,
kills. Pretty sure that kills.
adamant, head smash. That's 39 to 40.9 to
Yeah,
47.3, and
so
Milotic is
that's
at 35.
yeah,
Yeah.
so that's a
So
kill.
he just needs to hit the move.
Yeah, that's an 80% roll to kill. Alright, he goes into Miltank. Well, don't really know if I agree, but uh, why does he go into Miltank? Huh. Does he 2-hit KO, you think? With Earthquake? Because Miltank is super weak. But, I mean, if Nick is clever, he just goes into Ninetales here, in my opinion.
Probably. Or he might just think P2 Ninetales wins late game.
That's also very possible, I guess. Because Freeze Dry also just wins after this Miltank is low or gone. So yeah, I guess setting up one Dragon Dance or just straight up head smashing here would be fine.
Smash does have a 74.2% chance to two-hit KO Max Fist Death Miltank,
I think this is
even if they're lefties recovery.
I think this might be Spadef Miltank, not sure, but I think so. I wish I knew the set still. Damn, that's getting really close here. Yeah, I really don't see why he sacked the Vault. He could have made his life so much easier. Also against the Absol by just sacking P2.
Yeah.
Alright, so someone is thinking here. I mean, Tyrantrum looks like it could have really strong physical defense, so I wouldn't be surprised if the EQ does not 2-hit KO.
EQ would do 34 to 40.
What? Yeah, so this is just a win, isn't it?
Tyrantrum does have base 119 defense.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. Yeah, okay, so this should be. Yeah, he Dragon Dances.
He Dragon Dances. That's certainly a
Yeah,
play.
so if the Absol does not have Sucker Punch, he basically needs a miss here. Or else this is just game.
Yeah.
And it's possible that Nick could also just click EQ against Absol because Absol is super frail.
Yeah.
So he pretty much just has to hit this mill tank.
I mean, even if he misses the first time, if he connects with the second, a Moonblast from Lola Ninetale should kill, or a Freeze Dry.
Yeah, yeah. Makes sense. Yeah, so this is really Prof is holding on to the edge of a cliff here, but not sure if he can. I mean, Nick did make a deal with the devil in his first game by getting like free freezes against Jam.
Yeah.
So this should also mean that
He
free head.
goes Milotic
Oh,
on a second. Oh
what
my
is?
god. Nick is.
So
He's
this is E.
really banking on no sucker punch. He wants something to die, but here he just
Yeah,
EQs.
EQ now. Okay. So I don't also understand why go into Milo. I mean, I guess. Yeah, I guess.
Wait.
This is still strange to me. Yeah. Huh.
How much does EQ do
Yeah,
to Milotic now at +2? Let's see.
it's probably gonna be like 40. And now he goes back into Miltank. What? Huh? I don't
What?
I don't understand what was that about.
Alright,
Because
well,
now
there's just a head
the
smash.
EQ no, this is a EQ. EQ kills. Certainly
Yeah.
at +2. He shouldn't head smash, honestly.
Yeah, I meant on the Miltank, but yeah. There's the Mega,
And
Sucker
there's the
Punch, that's
Sucker Punch
39, and
and
there's an
EQ
Earthquake.
kills.
Alright, well, that works.
That works. Well, the Tyrantrum does it again. It is Tyrantrum against Prof. Well,
I
Prof,
threw very hard.
you
Um,
did. Okay. Yeah, I mean
yeah,
this the
I
switch into Milo at the end there was a little bit strange. What was that about?
yeah. That was because Tyrantrum kills Miltang on +1 with a close combat. Like it has a good chance.
Yeah, but what does
But the
the
problem,
switch into Milo help with that? So because if he clicks close combat,
yeah,
then he
that
just
was Absol because the sucker wouldn't have killed at -1 death due to the close combat. So I went, okay, he just clicks CC and probably wins this match. And so I went, if I get him on -2 death, Absol May can kill him with his sucker punch. But he went for a Dragon Dance again, which like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because he doesn't
Um,
have CC, and he's also Scarfalola Ninetale, so.
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Like, oh, Choice Scarf Lucaro, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and
he's like
my second throw was just on the Infernape. I predicted that he was going for a sticky web. Um, because yeah, and I went, yeah, Infernape should clean this, except he has a Scarfer. And
I had two.
I just played
yeah.
bad. I really played bad. I could have won that, but
I
yeah, I just
mean
threw very hard.
these sets by Nick were really cool. So especially the Gliscor set, which really worked out by putting Milo in the range that it needed to be for Nick to
That
win.
guy score set was so good.
Yeah,
Such a good glass set. I'm
I
very proud of that.
I was so happy to see it. I was just telling Gil that story at the beginning of the fight after he revealed the set to me. I was running
Mhm.
that exact Gliscor set with EQ, Ice Flame, and Double Dance back in Gen 6 on
Yeah.
ladder. That was my meme team on the ladder, and basically, if the opponent didn't have a Rotom Wash, you could pretty much 6-0 a lot of teams because no one expects Gliscor to do some shit like that. So yeah, I'm
Oh
really
yeah,
happy.
glass score just kind of
Yeah.
I'm really
it's just
happy that it
such a
worked
good
out.
mod. I love it.
My
Yeah.
favorite set in like XY/ORAS ladder was still Natural Gift Talent Flame, though.
Yeah,
It's the
but
greatest set to
this
ever
It's
exist.
and there
hilarious
were
set.
so many valuable or not valuable, what's the word I'm looking for? Viable Talonflame natural gift sets because you also could run the ground natural gift for Heatran and there was the ice one for
Natural Gift
Lando.
for Rotom Wash. Yeah,
Grass,
Ice.
exactly. Yeah, ice, grass, or ground. Yeah, that good times, good times. Well, GG guys, that was a very fun match, very close. And Tyrantrum does it again in the end, so that's cool. Nick, you want
I
to
think
say?
Yeah.
Tyrantrum's my kill leader now.
Yeah, like Tyrantrum, that was like the only thing in the matchup where I went like, okay, I don't really have like only my loading, and if Tyrantrum goes on +2, it's yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I do
like
have
I
to
had
ask. I gotta ask real quick. Why didn't you bring Cloister?
um because why
Dude, Shell Slash
yeah,
Cloister kind of just. Exactly.
you have a Pokemon with two priorities. Um,
That's fair.
I think that should answer your question. Like, and you even have a fucking Lucario with Vacuum Wave. It's
True.
that should be, and you have Intimidate on Incineroar. Like, there were many reasons. It looked good at the beginning, but then I went, okay, no, this team is just Maddie, and if Maddie comes, yeah, and
That's
I
fair.
Oh,
couldn't
clearly Mega
got this.
Medicham is a decoy and Tyrantrum is the true MVP.
Tyrantrum
Yeah,
was the
Tyrantrum
plan, bro.
is, yeah, yeah, but Nick, like, I should have just stayed in and like then I could have won that with
Oh yeah.
Miltang,
But Nick,
indeed,
here's the thing.
because
You could have gotten Dark Pulse Flinch. It would have been funny.
Oh,
Instead of
yeah,
just
so
flash cannoning the Aegis Slash.
so my reasoning for clicking Flash Cannon on the Aegis Slash was I was worried that he would go Absol, be justified, take a Dark Pulse, be +1, and I just die. I just lose.
That's pretty fair.
That was my
Yeah.
reasoning. Because I knew Dark Pulse didn't kill without a crit. So I was like, oh yeah, just
yeah.
click Flash
I
Cannon,
was
be done.
I was very confused about your set at the beginning because I did some calcs and my calc, I don't know, I think I was just stupid and I thought, okay, he's specs. Wait, no, he isn't specs. Wait, what is he? Is he eval? And yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, it
but
can't be as worse as me.
Yeah,
yeah,
it can't be worse than thinking you lived an ice speed because you thought her Aura Veil was still up because the calc said it
yeah,
was.
No, so I knew it was gone. I just didn't click it on the calc that it was gone. So I'm like, oh, I live. Cool. Sweet. It was a
yeah.
lot less than I
But
thought, but
Dumbass.
yeah, but the switch on Vikavolt, Infernape was looking amazing at the end, but I went, if he has the sticky web, Infernape is slower than Tyrantrum, probably, and I can't really do that much with it. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
that
I was
was,
really scared of Infernape.
yeah, I played very bad. Like, that with Miltank just cost me everything.
Hmm
The
I
flip
was
turn
just,
damage on Vikavolt didn't matter because Blaze, yeah, possible.
Oh, that's why I did so much. That makes more sense. Is he
Yeah,
Blaze?
that
Oh,
Infernape
he is
is
Blaze.
just a man.
yeah,
Infernape
he's
is
He is
just a man.
Blaze.
Blaze.
He doesn't have
Oh,
a
he's an Iron
punching
Fist,
move.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was
Yeah, and by
real
the way,
confused why I did so much.
Nick, I was just hoping that you would run Maddie so I can just, kill it with Aegis Slash. Yeah. It sadly didn't do that much, but
Didn't bring it.
I mean, you do
yeah.
have Duosion and Aegislash, which are like two of the best counters in the
Delusion
game.
was so
Ocean, you
scary.
have
I was so
Aegis
scared to
Slash,
Delusion.
you
Yeah,
have Milotic,
Mm.
yeah.
Noivern
No,
outspeeds.
yeah, this is just a terrible
It
matchup
just
for Maddie.
Yeah, I know.
Infernape,
It's
It's
Infernape
just
not it.
outspeeds and resists the priority. Absol
uh,
outspeeds.
Trunel, you know me. I will bring because I went from my perspective and unlike the biggest idiot of the
Yeah,
planet, and I would
yeah.
bring it every time. Like even against my team, I would bring Maddie because
I mean,
Maddie goes brrr.
sometimes it also makes sense to just think what would make sense instead of just bringing Maddie every time.
yeah.
Mm,
Nah, it's yeah, I guess.
yeah.
Putting thought in
I
it
I
will help.
underestimated Nick, to be honest, in the team
Let's
meeting. I really
go.
thought I just went like, okay, that guy will just go for Maddie and Tyrantrum with the Royal Whale, and I can handle that, but yeah,
Ah, you
yeah,
thought
Clearly you couldn't handle it with
you could
Blaze
not handle
score.
it.
yeah,
Underestimate the score.
yeah.
All right, so
Did
I
Porygon 2 even hit the field?
It
it
didn't.
it did not, yeah, it did
Mm.
not. It was just sitting there in the back and being a
Um,
rubber
you
duck.
only needed 5 months to beat you,
He
Prof. What a
was.
Johto League player. Imagine losing to
Yeah, I
Nick
know,
and
I
not
know, I
and it's
know.
not hacks.
Yeah.
I kept
Couldn't be
wanting to go
me.
P2 on Aegis Slash, but I'm like, no, let's just not do that. I'm gonna die.
Imagine
I don't
how
even have Shadow Wall.
imagine how menacing it is to have the P2 in the back and just knowing that whenever you actually would take the lead, it would just come in and freeze you. And there's nothing you can
Yeah.
do
Exactly.
about it.
See, that's why I ran
Yeah.
Ice Beam and Try Attack. More
Yeah,
chances
Yeah.
to
that's why
freeze.
he ran 2 freezing moves.
It's more chances to freeze.
Yeah.
And Thunderbolt, I mean, because paralysis is decent too.
Did you
It
actually,
Yeah.
works.
Nick? Did you actually only run Ice Beam and Try Attack?
I
It
have
was
Thunderbolt. It was
Try Attack,
Try
Ice
Attack.
Beam, T-Bolt, and
Ah,
Recover, yeah.
okay. Because
Yeah,
that's how you know you're really counting on freezing the Aegislash. You
exactly.
only have Try Attack and and
I
Ice
had
Beam.
4 move syndrome with P2 there.
Yeah, that's what happens with that thing because it always wants to have recover and teleport, and then you're pretty limited in the other move slots.
Yeah.
All right, so this recording has gone on for a while now, and I'm gonna close it, guys. That was a fun match. GG. Thanks, Gil, for commentating with me. That was fun as always.
Oh, yeah, no
And
problem.
we are gonna hear you in the next one.